I had a friend, his name is Master Lamb, and I used to free lives with him. And he told me about the center and how the teaching here was very different and how the teacher would be able to help me in some of the problems that I was having. So when I came here, I had some problems that I was dealing with personally. I had been pretty depressed and not knowing, where to go for help. And so when I came here, they were able to help. The teacher was able to help me find a process, an investigation process to start questioning what was going on inside of me that was causing me to have these problems. So through the help of the center, I was able to find out more about myself and where these problems came from. So one of the more recent problems that I have was something that had to do with work. I was very stressed at work. We had a project deadline and we were delivering an application to the users. And unfortunately, we had some development resource constraints, and the application that we were going to deliver was full of errors, and it was just not up to the quality of standard that I had hoped it would be. And so I was stressed for a good, couple of weeks, and finally one day I decided to just stop and start investigating, why I was feeling this way. And so I began to start questioning things, and I asked, what is it that was really bothering me? Because at that moment, I didn't know exactly what was bothering me. I didn't know it was work. So I started questioning, and I found out the reason that I was suffering in that moment is that I had this holding, I had this belief that my integrity was at stake because I could not deliver an application that I felt the users had requested of me. I had given them my promise that, this is what I would deliver, and I wasn't able to do that. So I was holding on to this feeling that, this idea that integrity, my integrity was at stake. It was being questioned because I couldn't do what I wanted to do. And so because I held on to that integrity, I suffered. I was in pain, my heart was racing all the time. I couldn't think, I couldn't sleep at night, and it was just, it was crazy at that moment. So after I started questioning the integrity, I found out that it was a holding that I had, and I started questioning then, well, who holded that holding? And I came to the conclusion that it was me. I'm the one who created that holding. True, some of my beliefs had been established when I was younger. My parents had taught me that, if you promise to do something, you should follow through with it. So I was able to come to that conclusion that I was the one who created it. I created the holding of this integrity, and because of that, I suffered. Well, before I came to the center, I didn't realize that I had created the problem. I would always blame the circumstances or the other person for what I was feeling. So I was looking externally for why this was happening to me instead of internally. But since coming to the center, I've been able to learn that to look inside and to reflect on what inside of you is causing the problem. And that's how I was able to come to the conclusion about my holding of integrity. Yes, I would recommend the center for anyone who is experiencing conflict, stress, struggle in their life. You can come here and talk to the people who have been here for a while, talk to the teacher, and she'll help you figure out what exactly is going on and help you with a process that you can take on your own life, in your daily life, and start application immediately. I would just say that for me, it truly is a blessing to have come here. I've been able to learn so much about myself in the past 2 years that I've attended the center. And it really has changed my life. I'm able to see the situation for what it is, and start questioning my reality and what is real and what is illusion. And I think that a lot of people would benefit from coming to the center because they will start to question what is real. I would say there are moments of happiness, yes. However, daily life still happens and things pop up, and I still use the techniques that I have learned here to help solve issues that are going on in my life. Even to the extent of I'm starting to question what is I and where did it come from, what was there before. So I think that the end result will be true happiness, and I am on my way to there. Yeah, so there's a process that you start with a feeling and what is going on in that moment. And then you start asking questions. It's like an investigation. You want to find out and dig deeper to find out what exactly is going on, and not just think that it's the situation that's causing you to feel that way. So you feel, you start with the feeling, and what does it feel like? Where does it come from? And then you start questioning that. So I usually have, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 questions that I can use. Once I have identified the feeling and I identify what is actually causing me to suffer, I go down that path and am able to find out in the end that it is me. It's truly me who's causing the suffering. The capacity is inside of you. You can do it. And especially if you come to the center, you'll have the help and support to get you there. Yes, keep doing what you've been doing. It's a great benefit to everyone, and I appreciate all your help.